سے عظمت بطول کی، معراج زندگی ہے ولادت بطول کی، صورت ہے آیتوں سی جو صورت بطول کی، صورت ہے آیتوں سی جو صورت بطول کی، قرآن کر رہا ہے تلاوت بطول کی، تلاوت بطول کی، معنی اب اور ابیہا کے ہوں گے کیا، معنی اب اور ابیہا کے ہوں گے کیا، تعظیم کر رہی ہے نبوت بطول کی، نبوت بطول کی، رشتہ خدا سے کیا ہے علی کا پتہ چلا، رشتہ خدا سے کیا ہے علی کا پتہ چلا، آیا ستارہ لے کے جو نسبت بطول کی، جو نسبت بطول کی، خیاط بن کے در پہ فرشتے کھڑے رہے، خیاط بن کے در پہ فرشتے کھڑے رہے، دیکھے تو کوئی طاقت و قدرت بطول کی، قدرت بطول کی، یہ طاہرہ ہے ایسی کسی کو نہیں کلام، یہ طاہرہ ہے ایسی کسی کو نہیں کلام، ثابت ہے آیتوں سے طہارت بطول کی، طہارت بطول کی، جنت میں وہی جائے گا وعدہ خدا کا ہے، جنت میں وہی جائے گا وعدہ خدا کا ہے، جس کے بھی حق میں ہوگی شہادت بطول کی، شہادت بطول کی، کرب و بلا کے واسطے پالا حسین کو، کرب و بلا کے واسطے پالا حسین کو، دین خدا کی اس طرح خدمت بطول کی، خدمت بطول کی، مل مل کے ہاتھ شیخ سقر میں یہ کہتے ہیں، مل مل کے ہاتھ شیخ سقر میں یہ کہتے ہیں، دوزخ میں ہم کو لائی عداوت بطول کی، عداوت بطول کی، باغ فدا کے چھیننے والوں کو کیا خبر، باغ فدا کے چھیننے والوں کو کیا خبر، باغ ارم بطول کا جنت بطول کی، جنت صلی اللہ محمد علیہ محمد، باغ فدا کے چھیننے والوں کو کیا خبر، باغ فدا کے چھیننے والوں کو کیا خبر، باغ ارم بطول کا جنت بطول کی، جنت بطول کی، اپنا تو یہ عقیدہ ہے ریحان اعظمی، اپنا تو یہ عقیدہ ہے ریحان اعظمی، کام آئے گی لحد میں مودت بطول کی، مودت بطول کی، صلوات برحمت والے اللہم صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم۔
right, Jazakallah. For Jafar Bhai say to Salam Di, recite a very loud salawat. A few announcements before I invite Maulana. But first of all, I would like us to acknowledge the sponsors of tonight's program. So for the Isal Sawab of their marhumin, and for the Isal Sawab of all of our marhumin, let us recite a Surah Fatiha with a very loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala recite a salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala. Bethlehem will be holding a family night on every other Friday starting March 1st. And the program will begin at 7:30 p.m. with Isha prayers and brief ethical reminders. And after that, activities will begin. There are board games, ping pong, and more. The details are on the website and in our email also. There will be a Brothers Night for youth ages 8 to 14 years old. It's an overnight program at Bethlehem. That will be also on March 1st. And if you have to register for that program, Brother Azhar Shirazi have all the details if you have any questions about that. The last ice skating of the season will be on March 3rd from 6 to 8 p.m. in Elgin. And registration is required for that also. We have sent the link through our email, and it is available on the website also. The ladies' Jashn, to celebrate the birth anniversary of Bibi Fatima Zahra Salamullah Alaiha, will be on Saturday, March 9th, and the program will begin at 12:30 p.m. in South Building. And the last announcement is about Build My Skill. This is for girls only. It's the second program of the series, and it is about candle decorating. This program will be on Friday and Saturday, March 22nd and March 23rd. I have announced several programs. We have all these details and registration link included in our weekly emails that we sent out a couple of days ago. And all of the information is also available at Bethlehem website. So I would request all of you to please visit Bethlehem website and inshallah register for that program. Recite a salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Inshallah, with that, I would now request Hujjatul Islam, Maulana Faizi, to please come to the podium, recite another loud salawat.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين بارئ الخلائق أجمعين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. صل على محمد وآل محمد. واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين. أما بعد، فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم فاطمة سيدة نساء أهل الجنة صلوات. Ulama Kiram and dear brothers and sisters in Iman, first of all, I would like to congratulate all of you this very, very special occasion and celebration of birthday of Fatima Zahra Salamullah alayha. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. It is a very special occasion indeed for entire Ummah and particularly for followers of Ahlul Bayt. Our tradition of Islam holds very special this lady of light, this lady whose life is full of inspirations and struggle, commitment, love, compassion, and so much that she is part of those 5 holy ones. And in those 5 also, she is the central figure. That when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answers the question of Jibreel, that, oh my God, who are they under the Qisa? Can you introduce me and tell me who are these gathered under Qisa? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala introduces these 5 by saying, Hum Fatimatu wa abuha wa ba'luha wa banuha. Salli ala Muhammad. It was a very unique way of introducing someone. Normally you introduce people with the father or grandfather or husband and then his wife, or a father and then his daughter and his grandchildren. But here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala picks Fatima among these 5 and then introduces those are Fatima, her father, her husband and her sons. And there is a very latif kind of point here. If it was not Arabic language, we could take it little simple. If it was Urdu, it was English, it was any other language, and then Allah would say for 2 sons, if Allah would say Banu, we could take it in a little different light, because in many languages we don't have a form of dual. We don't have form of dual. We don't have tasniya. We have mufrad and we have plural. So if it is more than one, you automatically use the form of plural. But in Arabic language, you have a form of dual. And there were only 2 sons under the Qisa. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, instead of using the form of dual, He is using the form of plural. Which means that basically under the Qisa are not only Hassan and Hussein, 2 sons of Fatima, actually all the Ma'soom sons of Fatima are under the concept of Tathir and Taharat, and they are with Fatima Zahra Salamullah. So it brings every son of Fatima who was Ma'soom, meaning those A'imma alayhimus salatu wassalam were also included under this innama yuridullahu liyudhhiba ankumur rijsa ahlal bayt wa yutahhirakum tathira. So first of all, my brothers and sisters, as usual, we would like to recognize those our sisters that who carry the name of Hazrat Fatima Zahra Salamullah Alaiha, or any of those names and titles of this great lady, you know, we have many. So Fatima, we have Zahra, we have Batul, we have Insiya, we have Radhiya, we have Marziya. We have so many of those names and titles, Siddiqa, Tahira. Basically, matter of fact, this is a tragedy that this laqab of Siddiq and Siddiqa, which belong to Ahlul Bayt, have been taken by some other people, and now we shy naming our sons as Siddiq or as our daughters as Siddiqa. But if you go in Iran, you will find every second or third woman by the name of Siddiqa. And you will wonder, in Iran, this Shia community, and this Siddiqa, they say yes, Siddiqa, because Siddiqa was Fatima Zahra Salamullah Alaiha. Recite us. So for all those sisters, I'm sure that we have many of those Fatimas sitting here with us, and many of those Zahras and Batuls and Insiyas and Raziyas and Marziyas and all those beautiful names and titles of Hazrat Zahra Salamullah Alaiha, for their sihat, their salamti and khair barakat for them. Please recite a loud salawat. We need to keep these names in our families. We need to honor these names. These are the best names which we can give to our daughters, and we should be proud of keeping these names. You know, we are all lovers of Imam Hussain, and you know the unique sunnat of Imam Hussain in this particular regard. For every son, his name was Ali, and every daughter of Hussain was Fatima. That was the admiration of Hussain for his father Ali, and the love for his father. It is Ali Akbar, it is Ali Awsat, it is Ali Asghar. All three sons, their name was Ali. And then the daughters were also Fatima, Fatima Kubra and Fatima Sogra. This name, this Bibi which we refer to as Bibi Sakina, her name is Fatima. And according to the Muhakkikeen ulama, she was the one which we refer as Fatima Sogra. She was Fatima Sogra, not any other girl left in Medina because she was sick. So these were Fatima Kubra or Fatima Sogra, and Ali Akbar or Ali Awsat or Ali Asghar. Even meaning, sometimes we feel, oh, we don't want to name our boy Ali because his cousin, that he is Ali. Because there is somebody in our family by the name of, for example, Zainab. Because somebody in our extended family has name of Fatima. Because somebody in our family has name of Zainab. We want to have a unique name. But the tradition of Ahlul Bayt was that every other one, Muhammad, it was Ahmad, it was Ali, it was Hassan, it was Hussain, it was Jafar, and these were the names which were being given to the male babies, and these were Fatimas, and these were Zainabs, and these were these beautiful names given to our daughters and our women. So my brothers and sisters, we need to keep these names in our families. So for all those brothers and sisters that who have these beautiful names, so please recite another loud salawat for them. Tonight, when we are celebrating this Milad of Sayyida Zahra Salamullah Alaiha, I decided to address this in a little different way, just as a change. And the change is that I brought a book with me, and this is called Fatimatul Zahra Al-Mar'atun Namudhajiyya fil Islam. It's an Arabic translation of a Farsi book, Fatima Banoe Namune Islam, or this is Fatima az-Zahra, an exemplary woman in Islam. An exemplary woman in Islam. This is the name of book. It is written by Ayatollah Ibrahim al-Amini, my favorite scholar in Qom. MashaAllah, I was checking yesterday some of his details, and now he is 96 years old. 96 years old, and Alhamdulillah, these ulama, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving them very, very blessed and long lives. 2 or 3 days before we received the information that one of our Maraje Taqleed, Ayatollah Safi Gul Paigani, turned 100 years old. He is son-in-law of Marhum Ayatollah Gul Paigani, a very great student of Ayatollah Brojardi, and someone that who really served this Islam of Ahlul Bayt in a very exemplary manner, Ayatollah Safi Gul Paigani. And this book is written by Ayatollah Ibrahim Amini. He was my very favorite scholar for a variety of reasons. I was very much impressed by his simplicity and his simple way of living. When we were living in Qom, we always saw him just walking, going by walk from his home to Haram and anywhere in Qom. We would meet him and greet him just on the footpaths. Never had car, never had any protocol, while he was member of the Supreme Councils in government. Ayatollah never had official office, any office. His office was basically that he would come and sit in the Ansariyan publications office. At Ansariyan's place, we would meet him, and there was a certain time where he would come every day and sit, and anybody who wants to meet him or ask him anything, just see him there. A man that who was very simple in that sense, without any protocols, without any hato bacho, and a man that who was very humble, always in access of students, scholars and people, and he was member of the, as I said, Supreme Councils like Majlis Khobragan or any other very high council in the government. And another feature of this Ayatollah Ibrahim Amini was that while he stood very strong with government through all thick and thin, he remained strong supporter of Islamic government and Islamic leadership, and first for Imam Khomeini and then Agha Khamenei. But at the same time, he didn't encourage the internal divisions. He didn't become the very active part of those who were tearing each other down. He was very sober. He was a voice of rationality, a voice of reconciliation, a voice of keeping the differences kind of low profile. He was not a divider. He was not someone that who would go and criticize people for those minor things or for differences of opinion. So he remained kind of quiet in many of those issues, while still giving his full backing to the government and to the leadership. Very few people were able to maintain that kind of stand in a revolutionary country where you have to be either this side or other that side. And very difficult to remain kind of in between and say, yes, I'm with you, but I am not going to go with you in every right and wrong thing. So this Ayatollah Ibrahim Amini is a very good author. He was used to say Khutbah Jummah also, but he wrote wonderful books. Another good thing for his books is his books are mostly of this length. Most of his books are about 200 pages, 180 pages, 250 pages, easily, which you can read. So he didn't feel that since I am Ayatollah, so my book has to be 700 pages. Or my book has to be, for example, in 3 volumes or 4 volumes or 10 volumes. Sometime when you are a person of that caliber, so your writings and your speeches and your everything has to be according to that class. But he was one of those people that who broke some of these class kind of what you call standards. He wrote very simple, he spoke very simple, and he wrote very to the point. He took the subjects which were practical, and he addressed only those issues which were what you call implementable. Instead of talking about things what is beyond the stars and what is beyond the heavens and what is beyond here and what is beyond there. So try to remain very practical, addressed the living issues of family, women particularly, and then different other segments in the society. So because of these reasons and some other reasons, he was one of those that I was really very much impressed by him. And this book, which is in Arabic, but as I said, originally it was written in Farsi. Maulana Abidi and Maulana Rastu are sitting here. They have more information about English books. I don't know whether it is translated in English or not yet. Not yet. But he has a book which is very common and very famous, the Self-Building. That is in English, Self-Building. And he has also another book on the morals and marriage and morals. That is also book of Ayatollah Amini. I think Sayyid Muhammad Rizvi in Toronto has translated that book. And he has quite other books also which are translated. He traveled worldwide, presented Islam and this message of Shi'i Islam and revolutionary Islam at seminars and conferences worldwide. He was used to travel and go and speak. So those speeches in those conferences and seminars are published. Now, that was the introduction of author. This book I would like to very briefly discuss with you in this presentation. And I think we will learn something from the life of Hazrat Fatima Zahra Salamullah Alayha. First of all, in the introduction, Al-Muqaddama, he makes a point. I would like to share with you. He makes 2 points in introduction. He says there are people that who read the history. But the purpose of their reading the history is to just enjoy the history, to enjoy the information, or to kill the time because they have time and they want to read, so they read history. And or they read the history because they want to narrate and they want to talk about it in different gatherings, in different settings, so they must have some information and then they can share with some people. And then there are people, the other group, who read the history because they want to study very carefully the lives of important people to learn the lessons from those important people in human history. So, reading history just as a history, as a hobby is one thing, to enjoy reading and to have some information, to narrate with others, that's one thing. And reading history to learn the lessons from those historical figures and learning the secrets of success, and then trying to understand that how individuals and nations rise and how they fall, and why they rise and why they fall, so they can learn the lessons and then they can implement those lessons from the lives of historical figures. So he says these are the two different motives, and these are two different classes of people that who study the history. Then he says, when it comes to our community and when it comes to studying the history of Anbiya and Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salatu wassalam, he says we have also in community two kind of people. The first group of people is that majmu'atun laysa laha hadafun akbar min qatl al-faragh wa tamattu biqira'ati manaqib al-a'imma wal anbiya wa hifdh al-ajaib wal gharaib wa naqliha fil majalis wal mahafil wal iktifa bis thawab al-istima' li fadail ahli al-bayt wa masaibihim. One group of people is that who reads the history of Anbiya and A'imma and Ahlul Bayt and their fadail and their masaib, but basically to seek sawab of listening to those fadail and masaib or narrating to each other those manaqib and those fadail and those masaib, to seek some sawab and enjoy it spiritually. We enjoy it. So this is one group of people, that is all their hammu gham, that's all what they are concerned about. Wal majmu'atul ukhra, but then there is another group of people, taqra'u hayat al-mustafayn al-akhyar lita'rif sirra 'azamatihim wa mahbubiyatihim wa tariqata ma'ishatihim wa sulukihim wa hayatihim sirat ad-din al-mustaqim wa ya'khuduna minha durus al-hayat. And then there is another group of people that who study the lives of these Anbiya and Ahlul Bayt, A'imma, Shuhada. But why they study? To know the secret of their greatness. Try to understand why they were that great. Secret of their azamat wa mahbubiyat and their popularity. After 1400 years, still in these harsh winters, people drive, come all the way, and they spend hours and hours to listen about them, to talk about them. And they do all this. Why they are that popular? What gave them this popularity? What gave them this influence? وَطَرِيقَةَ مَعِيشَتِهِمْ, and also try to understand how they were living, what was their lifestyle, and what was wasulukihim, and what was their sunnat and their method of living their life, and what path they followed. So when you study their life, you understand, you learn from them. يَأْخُذُونَ مِنْهَا دُرُوسَ الْحَيَاةِ, you learn the lessons for your life, because those were successful people, accomplished people, celebrities, heroes, and you want to learn from them. Then he says that unfortunately, when you read the books written about Anbiya and A'imma and Ahlul Bayt, you will find that most of the books, kama anna akthar al-kutub al-mu'allafa anhum tunasib zawq al-majmu'at al-ula, he said most of the books written and available in market satisfy only the taste and the desire of the first group of people, that who only want to talk and enjoy. But these books don't give you really the information which you need to learn lessons from their lives. Books are not written in that way. Books are not written with that motive or with that objective. They don't give you all that information. فَهِيَ مَلِيئَةٌ بِالْقِصَصِ وَالرِّوَايَاتِ الْعَجِيبَةِ وَالْمُغَالِيَةِ أَحْيَانًا وَلَمْ تَتَعَرَّضْ إِلَى سِيرَتِهِمْ الذَّاتِيَّةِ وَحَيَاتِهِمُ الْإِجْتِمَاعِيَّةِ وَالسِّيَاسَةِ إِلَّا بِاخْتِصَارٍ. Look at these books and you will find that these are full with stories, mojizas, karamats, those miracles and those kind of stories. Yes, they are there, but these books don't refer to their seerat, their lifestyle, the way they lived their life, the way they faced the challenges, the way they managed the crisis. These books don't teach us that. And what was their social life and what was their political life? These books don't give us much information, illa bi ikhtisar, except little bit and with a what you call brief information here and there. That is the pain. That is what, as a scholar, when you read the books, you have 20 books in front of you, so thick books, but you don't get what you call much out of it. Stories and qissas and kahanis and mojzas and manaqib and this and that, but nothing else. So, he says that is the reality, and with this challenge, now I am going to write a book about a lady who lived only for 18 years. So how difficult the challenge is. I am going to write about a lady, first of all, who lived only 18 years. For 7, 8, 9 years, the girls, when they are not baligh, so nobody even looks at them and nobody records their life. Nobody even pays any attention to what these girls are doing. Then she is a woman which is living, has internal life. She is not someone who is 9 to 5 outside, for example, and every evening she is outside and every time she is just going everywhere. She is a woman living 1400 years ago within a family, involved with family in a house. So how difficult it is to find any information about this lady. And then also, people at that time, historians, scholars, ulama, the society was such that nobody was paying much attention to women at all. Women were not the movers and shakers, for example, in that society at that time. So, cameras were not focused on them. Many people would not even talk about them. So first of all, she lived only for 18 years. Then she was a woman. She was very much involved with family. And then the people at that time and the historians and writers, they were not very much to write about it. So that makes our task very difficult. And then he says that normally what happens when scholars write books, Sunni scholars stick with only their sources and Shia scholars stick only with their sources. And that also cuts a lot of information because they are very biased. They don't want to use each other's information. So whatever information is there, no, they are not going to use it because it is of Shias, and Shias are not going to use because it is from Sunnis. So he says, in this book, I try to not stick with that standard of Shia and Sunni. I look on sources of both very objectively. and I examined every narration, and I tried to make use of everything available, whether it is in the books of Shias, whether it is in book of Sunnis. But of course, I examined the narrations and riwayat, and I made sure that the riwayat and the narration is acceptable by our standards. So this was his introduction of the book, and then he starts writing a book, Recited Salawat. Since it is a celebration, it is Milad, I don't want to make it very boring, and I don't want to take you into every page and every section of the book. I'm just giving you and introducing the book for your own reading, inshallah, trying to give you a little different take, but I will not read this whole book for you. I will have only a few selections from here and there, and we will conclude, inshallah, at wonderful Persian poetry of Allama Iqbal about Hazrat Fatima Zahra Salamullah alayha. Because all of the poetry which we heard, that was in Urdu, and we have some Arabic speaking and some Farsi speaking members of community also, and I again want to make this offer that if there are some Arabic speaking or Farsi speaking community members, that if they are willing to come and recite the poetry in Arabic or in Farsi, we can include them in future programs. While we have one poetry in Urdu, we can have one in Farsi, we can have one in Arabic, or actually we should have one in English. These young boys and girls and men and women, some of them, they have the talent, and they should now come up and become the Mir Anis of English, inshallah, and the Mir of English, and we need to make the progress. We will, inshallah, try to encourage those brothers and sisters. There is a much poetry in Farsi and in Arabic, in the love and in the praise of Ahlul Bayt. Very meaningful. So if some community members are interested, Brother Sajjad Zaidi, Brother Khurram Raza, those who are in charge, they can reach to them, and in the coming programs we can include them. And before I start this, I want to, while I make that announcement, I should make another one. Really, the life of these exemplary figures, if you want to talk about them and if you want to really learn lessons from them, one speech doesn't give you that much time and that much chance, particularly for poor speakers like me. If I have to speak about these people with this poor language, and then 40, 50 minutes, 1 hour really doesn't give you enough time where you can do justice with the subject. You may have noticed that worldwide in our Shi'i community, it is becoming now trend that when the Fatimiyya, the Shahadat Majalis of Hazrat Zahra Salamullah alayha, or now people are organizing those majalis for 5 days, for 10 days, and at the minimum for 3 days. We at Baitul Ilm, normally every year, we have the Majlis of Shahadat of Hazrat Zahra Salamullah alayha for 1 day. So from coming year, we are planning to have, inshallah, 3 majalis instead of 1 majlis for Fatimiyya, because Fatimiyya is also very important event. We have 1 sponsor of 1 majlis, which we are holding every year, but we will have 2 more majalis, so we will need sponsors from brothers and sisters from the coming years. That if you want to sponsor those, we got 1 sponsor right here. Dr. Aqil Khan is saying that he will be, and Brother Ali Jafri, and these are the recited salawat for both of them. So next year, inshallah, we will have 3 majalis. We will have time to talk about Hazrat Zahra Salamullah alayha in more depth and length. This is Wiladat Jashn celebration. I will not take your when he was talking about fadail, don't think that he is munkir of fadail, because in our community that's another problem. If you make any good suggestion for any improvement, people don't take it in the right spirit, and right away they say, oh, he is dushman Azadari, he is dushman Imam Hussain, or dushman Hazrat Zahra Salamullah alayha, and then they put that sticker that he doesn't believe in mu'jizat, or he doesn't believe in any fadail, or he doesn't believe in any naras or any salawats. That is not the case. So he has a whole chapter here. I will only tabarukan recite 2 or 3 ahadith where he outlined the fadail of Hazrat Fatima Zahra Salamullah alayha in his book, Recite the Salawat. So he says, Qala Rasulullah Fatimatu khayru nisa'i ahlil jannah. The Prophet of Islam said, Fatima is the best among the ladies of Ahlul Jannah. She is the chief of the ladies of Jannah. Then he says, there is a narration from Aisha, the wife of Prophet. She says, Ma ra'aytu ahadan kana asdaqa lahjatin min Fatima illa an yakuna alladhi walladaha. Aisha says, I never saw anybody more resembling with the Prophet in speech or in any other way than Fatima Zahra Salamullah alayha with the Prophet. She was like walking and talking, figure and picture of Prophet. There is a similar hadith from al-Mu'minin Salma also, where she says that you see Fatima talking, you see Fatima walking, you look at Fatima and you cannot help yourself. You will just reach to the conclusion as Prophet is speaking, or Prophet is standing, or Prophet is walking. Then there is a hadith from Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi salatu wassalam, where he says the meanings of Fatima, and he explains that this was the beautiful name given by Prophet to his beloved daughter under the directions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the 9 names narrated by Imam Jafar as-Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam, where 6th Imam says that Hazrat Zahra Salamullah alayha had 9 names, and those 9 names were Fatima, Siddiqa, Al-Mubaraka, Tahira, Zakiya, Radiya, Mardiya, Muhaddasa, and Az-Zahra. And these are just a few names, the famous names. These are, and the Zahra means the one that who has very nurani face, whose face is like glowing, shining. And the hadith comes and says that when she was used to stand in the prayer, her face would shine for the angels at heaven, just like as the stars shine for us on the earth. As we look to the heavens, to the skies, and see the stars shining for us, Hazrat Zahra Salamullah alayha, her face and herself would shine for the angels of heaven when she was standing in her prayer. And this is why she was called Az-Zahra. Recite the Salawat. One more Salawat. No, when he talks about her practical life, he says that she was truly an exemplary woman in the whole Muslim history or in the Muslim world. Most of us, we think that in order to raise our children, to educate our children, and to give them confidence and exposure, and to give them self-esteem and self-respect, we have to find the best academy and best schools and best colleges and best universities and so much this and this and this and money and scholarships, and meaning list goes on and on. Without all that, we cannot really raise our children or educate our children, or we cannot give them that best, for example, training or the confidence or self-respect or self-esteem. While all those things are important and good if you can afford, that's all good. That you give them the best possible education, school, academy, college, university, exposure, whatever. But remember, Fatima Zahra Salamullah Alaiha raised those best sons and best daughters in poverty and in a life which was not only at the poverty level, it was below the poverty level. It was below poverty level, without any of those luxuries of life, without those resources, materialistic resources. If you imagine the size of her house, now this whole house of Fatima is in these days part of that, what you call the Roza of Rasulullah. You have seen, if you have gone for Hajj and Umrah, you have seen how big that is. But then I don't know if you want to tell that how many yards or how many feet. That the whole thing is not even up to this level of this masjid. You see this masjid we are now sitting in, that covered area of the grave of Prophet is not of this size, and only one little portion of that was the whole house of Fatima. There were Prophet's own house, and his wives were used to live. They had their chambers also, and there was Sufa and Ashab Sufa and so much, and there was a masjid, part of that. So in that area, now if you really go and locate that, what was the size of that apartment or chamber or the place, it was, in today's language, you can call it like a studio apartment. Like a studio apartment. And living husband and wife with 4 children. That is the size of house. It is not on beach. It is not in any excellent location. It was Medina. It was a village. It was a small city. And then this is the size of house. And then if you look at the economy of the family, when you read the life, most of the time you see that either they don't have anything, or if they have, this is just barley bread. It is being eaten with little milk, that was something very special, or with little salt, or with little vinegar. Khush roti. And I discussed in any other majlis, the mattress which Imam Ali had made at the wedding night, when the wedding took place. So this mattress today, now people have so many wonderful ideas about mattresses. What your Imam did, he put some bricks on the 4 sides and he brought some fresh sand. And sand was the mattress. That was the mattress. Khud Hazrat Zahra Salamullah Alaiha, she narrates, there are a couple of riwayat on that, actually more than 2. That there was one mat, it was a, what you call the skin mat, skin of, in one riwayat it is skin of a sheep or a goat. In other riwayat it is not specified that whether it was skin of sheep or goat or something else. It was a mat like that. She says that in the daytime, this mat was put there for our camel to eat the what you call क्या कहते हैं चारे को जी hay hay we would put the hay on it and the camel would eat that hay from that, and in the evening we would just kind of dust it and bring it and spread it for our own selves to sleep on it. That was the life. So my brothers and sisters, and Shia and Sunni both, it's not only that our riwayat are saying, Shia and Sunni both. Libas at the time of wedding, what she was wearing, when Prophet looked at her, this shirt and libas was repaired from so many places. The Prophet felt that at least at the wedding night he should buy a new shirt or a new pirhan for his daughter. And that was bought at the wedding. And within a week or a few weeks, a beggar comes at the door and asks that I don't have libas, and can you spare me and give me one pirhan or one shirt? She goes in room to pick one and give to this beggar at the door. First she wants to give her that old one, and then she changed the mind. She says, but Quran says that you give to those which you love more. So then she picks the new one, the wedding, what you call the libas, and she picks that one and brings and gives at the door to the beggar. So my point, my brothers and sisters, is that resources are important, no doubt about it. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have resources, but resources are not everything. There is a bigger resource, and that is love. That is company. That is warmth of love. When parents love their children and they are with them, next to them, and they can really assure them that they love them and they are taking care of them, in that way, children don't make much big deal. Whether it is made in China, or it is made in Germany, or it is made in America, or it is this, or it is that, children don't make a big deal out of toys. It is parents' own wahm and waswas that they have to buy the best toys in the market for their children. Children are very understanding. They need parents. They need parents' undivided and quality attention and quality time. They need, and then the understanding between parents, that is the more kind of needed thing for growing children. Children really, in all their life, have issues and problems. When they see their parents always quarreling and kind of arguing and picking on each other and fighting with one another, that is the worst thing which parents can do in front of their children. No matter how expensive toys you give them and which expensive school you take them and how much vacations you take them, but if you are all fighting and arguing and finding faults with one another as husband and wife, your children will have always so many psychological issues. So, the best thing what Hassan, Hussain and Zainab and Kulsum got, that they got the most loving parents, most loving grandparents. They got their most loving uncles and aunts. This family was a reflection of rahmat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the respect, love, compassion, that is something which was very important. Then one thing what he explains, he says, yes, Prophet had divided jobs between husband and wife. Prophet came just when they got married, Ali and Fatima. So Prophet came and he sat down and he said, from now on, Ali always chip in and help Fatima, whatever she was doing. Ali, what you call the broom, the home, the sweep the home. Ali helped her to cook the food. Ali helped her to grind the flour. And Ali did all those tasks which men today don't feel comfortable. But Ali did everything by him. And when Ali needed help, Fatima went also outside. So that kind of working together, that kind of understanding, cooperation with one another. So these were the two things only I could mention. Book I have mentioned for you, you can do at your own. But my brothers and sisters, these role models, these exemplary figures are for us to look at their life and learn some lessons from them. When we go home, we go with some inspiration. We go home with some agenda and with some message that these are our role models. We should try to look at them and we should try to resemble with them according to best of our ability. I have only 3 or 4 more minutes left. I don't have much time, but at least Tabarukan I will do these 2-3 ash'ar of Allama Iqbal, because Sayyid Mutahari, again, I was very much impressed by him, and he said that although Iqbal was Sunni and he was Hindi, at that time it was Hindustan. He said he was Sunni and Hindi. And we at Iran are all Shias and Farsi speaking. But Mutahari said, none of us in Iran were able to praise Fatima Zahra Salamullah Alaiha as Iqbal Hindi did in India. And that is the masterpiece, my brothers and sisters. It is in Farsi, and where he says, Maryam Zayyik Nisbat Isa Aziz. Hazrat se Nisbat Hazrat Zahra Aziz. Now, Iqbal is Sunni, but you think Maryam, she is Aziz, she is beloved because of one Isa. Because of Isa, Maryam is Maryam. And for Maryam, he said only Maryam. But when he says about Zahra, he says Hazrat Zahra. He says As-se nisbat Hazrat Zahra Aziz. But Zahra is Aziz because of Muhammad, because of Ali, because of Hassan and Hussein. I'm just giving ash'ar, finish within 2-3 more minutes. He says, Sirat Fazandha az ummahat. When we are young and we get married, at that time we forget that we are marrying a woman and she is going to be the mother of my children. But we look only on darling, that she has to be darling for me. But we forget that this darling for you will remain darling only for a few weeks or months or years. But eventually she is going to be the lady of house. She is going to be mother. She is going to be the teacher and trainer of the children, and she is going to be actually Rabbatul Bayt. We don't look from that angle at that time. We think we will change. Everything will be fixed. You cannot change people. So he says, Sirat Farzandha az ummahat. If you are looking for the sirat of your Farzand, children, as ummahat, that comes from mothers. Mothers are the one that who gave the sirat, the character, the qualities, the self-respect, contentment, and so many other things, self-esteem, eloquence, how to speak, how to walk, how to talk, how to sit, how to eat, how to behave. Mothers do all that. So when you select wife for you or daughter-in-law for you, so look at that. Sirat Farzandha az ummahat. No, Jawhare Sidko Safa az ummahat. You want Sidko Safa? Sidko Safa comes from ummahat. Iqbal was a philosopher. He was not only a poet, he was a philosopher. and he was very accurate saying things. Now, Iqbal has seen the whole Muslim history and he knows every Ummul Mu'mineen, he knows every Sahabi and Sahabiya, and he knows everyone in Muslim history. But when Iqbal is picking one lady as the exemplary mother, he doesn't go to the mothers of Muslims. Iqbal being Sunni, when he has to pick one role model for mothers, he doesn't go to the mothers of believers. What he says, Mazra-e taslim ra hasil butul. Mazra-e taslim ra hasil butul. Madaran ra uswa-e kamil butul. Taslim raza, if you want to see submission to God, if that for submission of God, if you want to cultivate, the product of that is butul. And then Madarara Uswa Kamil Batul. For mothers, the perfect Uswa exemplary person is Batul. Now, Iqbal is mentioning that one story of Fatima. That Fatima was, you use a term in English, anthropologist, ये पता नहीं क्या होते हैं, philanthropist, ना? ये जो people that were involved with community and social work and giving and helping and all doing all that. He says, Bahre Mohtaji Bilash Angune Sukt. A Mohtaj person came at the door and asked for help. And when she heard that call, she was so much touched by it, by Yahudi Chadar Khudra Farukht. Fatima Zahra, her heritage is chadar, and she even sells that chadar off to a Jew to help this someone that who is asking for help at the door. A lady selling her chadar, you need to understand. A lady like Fatima, whose legacy and heritage chadar, she sells the chadar to a Jew to help someone that who is asking the help at the door. And then what kind of lady is? She said, Nuri Waham Atashi Farman Barash. Nuri yani Malaika, Waham Atashi yani Jinn. Both Farman Barash. They are obedient to Fatima. Gum Razayash Dar Razayash Shoharash. Try to understand. Normally, if a lady comes from a big family and a daughter of a prominent father, Nawab Zadi, Sahab Zadi, Wazir Zadi, and Badshah Zadi, so you know that how you have to now live with that lady. So he says she is a lady of that caliber that even Jinno Malak are obedient servants to this lady. But then, when it comes to the how she behaves with her husband, Gom Razayash Dar Razayash Shawharat. Whatever the husband is pleased with, she does the same. Her goal is to please the husband. Her goal is to cooperate, to listen to the husband and obey the husband and agree with the husband. She is not troublemaker, or she is not arrogant wife. Because I am daughter of so and so. I come from rich family, I come from very educated family, I come from very VIP family. But she was humble wife, cooperative wife. And again, there are stories and details. I don't have time to tell you to finish it here. An adab par hurday sabr raza. An adab par hurday sabr raza. Asiya gardan wallab Quran sara. That lady of Sabr Raza, who lived and who was trained in the environment of Sabr Raza, while she was grinding the grinding mill and making the flour, while working that hard, at that time also she was reciting Quran. Asiya gardan wallab Quran sara. She was चक्की पीसती थी, लेकिन उस वक्त भी कुरान की तिलावत करती थी. अश्क ऊबर चीद जिब्रील अज़मीन, अश्क ऊबर चीद जिब्रील अज़मीन, हम चु शबनम रीख बर अर्श बरी। ये शेर जो है क्या तर्जुमा है? जिब्रील picked her tears from the earth, जमीन से जिब्रील ने फातिमा के आंसुओं को चुना। अश्क ऊपर शीद जिब्रील अज़मीन, हम जो शबनम, शबनम को क्या कहते हैं? ड्यू, like dew, then Jibril sprinkles these tears of Fatima Zahra on Arsh Bari, and they become shining stars. You see, these are stars. These are the tears of Fatima Zahra picked by Jibril when she was standing in the mihrab and when she was praying and making du'as. Then he says, Rishte aine haq zanjire past. This is the conclusion. He says, Rishte aine haq zanjire past. Passe farmane janabe Mustafa. He says, this deen of haq is not allowing me, and the farman and the message and the command of Prophet Janabi Mustafa is withholding me. Otherwise, if my deen and my Muhammad would allow me, varna girde turbatish gardidami sajdaha barkha ke upashidami. If my deen would allow me and if my Prophet Muhammad would allow me, I would circle around the grave of Fatima. I would make tawaf of Qabr Fatima and I would make sajdas on the turbat of Fatima Zahra. That is the greatness of this lady, my brothers and sisters, who lived only for 18 years and gave so much to Islam and so much to humanity with no resources available, living a life of that hardship. But my brothers and sisters, the point is, those materialistic resources don't make you rich. Love makes you rich. Compassion makes you rich. Confidence makes you rich. Respect makes you rich. Values makes you rich. The culture makes you rich. Those are the things. The social involvement with neighborhood and society makes you rich. Obeying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and standing with Allah and giving your hand in the hand of Allah makes you rich. That is the message which we take from this gathering. May Allah bless our author of this book, Ayatollah Ibrahim Amini. MashaAllah, he is 96. He completes, inshallah, his century. And a blessed figure and blessed work. I hope one of these ulama will translate it, inshallah, into English. It will be very inspirational book for our youth. And we are very thankful to our sponsors that who have brought all these brothers and sisters together and helped us with this wonderful and running mahfil. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fulfills their hajat. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answers their du'as. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pardons their marhumeen. May Allah gives them sehat and salamti and khair wa barakat. And for all mu'mineen and mu'minat who participated, who came in this majlis, in this mahfil, despite this harsh weather, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives them reward, increase their tawfiqat, forgive their